playing. And they all sang. They all sang. It was so wonderful to see that. They were smiling. They were happy. They were singing songs they knew and loved of their childhood. My students loved it because they were like being with their grandmother or grandfather, and they were very charming about taking care of the person, holding their hand, and learning from them the song. Because the elderly knew the words. The kids didn't know the words. The elderly did. So things like that, you see, it's very, very interesting, the power of music. The wonderful power. It's also very healing, music. There's so many circumstances where you can use music. If you're working with autistic children, if you're working with any kind of, like children in a hospital, for example, if you sing to them, it's really comforting. It's very, very comforting. People like that feeling of the music makes you feel better, no matter how sad you might be. To express yourself with music is very, very comforting. So there's lots of wonderful things we can do with music. But I want to talk to you about the jazz chants, because what this meant to me was my students could memorize very quickly, like in 2 minutes, anything I offered them if I offered it with a beat. For example, I could offer simple vocabulary, I'm going to show you, to start, we're going to write together what I call a vocabulary chant. Now what that means is we're simply teaching vocabulary. No grammar yet. We're going to turn it into a grammar chant. But right now, we're going to take 3 words. Look at how short this is. 3. I learned very clearly and quickly that it makes good sense to do things short as possible. Don't write 100-word long things. No. 3 words is wonderful. Nothing wrong with 3. But they have to be 3 useful words. 3 appropriate to the age you're teaching. I don't want to waste the students' time by having them learn things which they will never have occasion to use. Because what happens when you open the book, not everything in the book is bad, but there are always items in there that nobody will ever say. For example, I opened the book the other day, and they were teaching, questions, where to be, and here was what they had. Are you a man? Can you imagine any circumstance in which that would be appropriate? I cannot. It's just stupid to have it in there, Are you a man? No, I'm a dog. I don't know what they're thinking of as the conversation where that would be appropriate. But if things like that, we want language that's appropriate. That's why it's, again, nice for you to write your own. Appropriate to their age. You can write for a 4-year-old, you can write for an 80-year-old. We can do this technique with everybody. But let's know what we're doing. Real language is what I'm calling it, meaning useful, appropriate language, which they will have occasion to use. Now,